Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So we cleared the Wizard of Wines, the first 2 levels, but you obviously saw there were 3 ingresses down, degresses as well to the lower levels. There's a spiral staircase to the west. In the center of the house, the winery, where the glassblower shop is, there were stairs that descended in the middle. And to the far right, near the loading dock, there was a spiral ramp, if you will, a slide that goes from the 3rd level to the main level to the lower level. So, you guys, as a collective, as a group, how do you want to access the final lower levels?
The spiral staircase?
I say the slide.
I like the glass works.
Workshop.
Okay. Workshop.
Either way, yeah, just
Spiral staircase. It's not good for my white shoulder.
I'm not feeling really
So
slimy.
we'll descend down here.
We're going down the middle.
Hold on.
Bad choice. You're all dead.
Yeah, right? Alright, which stairway are we going?
Middle.
The glass workshop.
Alright, who's going first?
Slug and tonic.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh my god, everyone's falling over. Stop
The
falling.
boys.
Hedwig and his mother.
Alright, as you slowly descend down this darkened stairwell, it's actually jet black. There is a slight light coming from the seam of a door to the left, but it's very dark, very creepy, and it's somewhat quiet on the other side of the door. Until you hear something that sounds rather familiar.
Relic?
Is that Grandma?
You start hearing laughter and cackles coming from the lower level behind the door.
I have a
They sound very familiar to each of you. But it's not just one voice, you hear several.
Oh, bastard. Where are you? The door we approach.
Yeah, I don't think we should be stuck in this.
No, like, to the door we
We definitely gotta go.
push up to the door.
It's like a winery and a retirement office.
Yeah, I guess we'll open it up.
Winery
Open it up.
retirement.
Step inside.
As it gets darker, I cast light on your shield, Tommy. Because
With sonic beam.
like,
Exactly what I said.
Sonic opens that door. There.
I'm gonna cast light on my mace as well. And my staff. I'll light up the back.
sounds good.
And so all bunched together in that one
No, that's
doorway
what I
right
said.
there?
No. We're opening the door and stepping out. Stepping through the door.
Okay.
Stepping through.
Who's opening the door? And you're just going right through?
Yeah, we're going in.
Yeah.
I'm on
Figure
his
if it's
ass.
a trap, it's going to get all of us. So.
I'm on his ass.
So thank you.
Formations.
We go shield wall.
Shield wall.
There was no way to sneak.
You can speak up before they do this.
Maybe we should try to.
Don't you think they know we're here? I mean, we're upstairs. Look at all this. We destroyed a whole crate thing right above them.
There's
I
a lot. There's a
I
lot
have
of them in
advantage
there.
on stealth.
Someone
Do it, man. I'll back you up.
quietly opened the door and then sneak.
Look inside.
We just shut the door.
Let's see. You grabbed it. You're at the door. You're about to grab it. Make a perception roll. You hear mumbling, but you can't make out what's being said, and it seems pretty close to the door.
Next.
Evil mumbler.
So, what's your decision? What you'd like to do?
I will carefully, stealthily crack the door open.
Using okay. If you slowly do it, I need a self check from you.
17s, baby.
What did you roll?
23.
Oh shit.
Got 22.
A little proficient.
Like I said, just let me go check.
All right. You slowly creak the door open. Put this one right there.
Like right at the door.
No, like the glass bottles, but right there. Right there. Yep, perfect. Those are poles, wooden poles. This room can. Here we go.
She's scared.
Multiple candles provide this cellar with a flickering orange glow. In the winery's heyday, this wine cellar was packed with barrels awaiting shipments. But those days are long gone. Wooden pillars and beams support the 10-foot-high ceiling of this ice-cold chamber. And that's one of the first things you realize, Cassidy. A blast of cold air hits you once you open this door. You see this entire room is split into 2 sections by a 5-foot-thick brick wall in the middle from where you're peeking at. A thin mist covers the floor, and you also notice 8-foot-tall wooden partitions that are used for wine racks. Shadows appear to be moving in the torchlight, but you immediately make out a large hag talking to somebody. She doesn't notice you at this point, but to the left, obviously, there's somebody she's speaking with. Make a perception roll.
Nat 20.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
They continue.
As you start listening, you hear somebody talking to that hag, and it sounds like a familiar voice. Stop bickering, my daughters. The were-raven will start. He'll keep his part of the bargain. All we need to do is wait, and then it's payback for those arsonists of what they've done to Bone Grinder. Patience, my dearies, patience, for everything is happening according to the Master's plans. Oh, he will be pleased. He will be very pleased. Oh! And you hear this conversation going on. You think there may be 2 or more.
Alright, I want to relay that information. I want to kind of carefully close the door.
Make a history check for me, please.
What a 19.
You know from your past experiences and studies that hags are dangerous, but when there's 3 or more, they're known as a coven. They are super powerful.
Well, mate, there's a room full of hags, I believe. You probably should be very careful. There's a bunch of them, maybe bummed.
Yikes. I don't think the sentence is on our way in. They're
You're
too
gonna
close.
You're right, we should take the slide.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we just slid out right
Yeah.
in?
Hello, bitches!
It's on.
It's on. Quick, daughters, they're crazy. Let's leave. So yeah, the doors close. You guys have a decision to make. You gonna go busting in like you originally planned, or do you want to try a different approach?
Do barrels burn? Actually, I don't know how we make the fire.
You know it's really cold down there, Cassim, when you open the door. So your judgment is that there is some type of flammable liquid. It's not gonna ignite.
It's cold down there.
Oh, it's too cold.
Yeah, it's real cold down there.
I was wondering.
It's about maybe 40 degrees.
Roll a flaming barrel down there. Cause a distraction. And then either go there or there. That's a stretch.
I mean, she doesn't know that we're here.
We can go back down.
We can kind of run out and attack her like as a group real fast. That's what.
Yeah.
Charge in on her?
Just Alpha Striker.
Wild card, bitches!
We don't really know how many people are in there.
Well,
No,
I
we
know
don't.
there's a couple.
But I mean,
She's
will
talking to
we
somebody.
find out
At
if
least
we
We could also just
Go to
stealth
that side.
and go on that side, and since we know that there's at least 2 here,
Yeah, I can try and
Check
sneak
try
in.
that side, stealth down, and kind of survey what's going
I
on.
like the
and
way you think,
Oh,
my
you're
friend.
gonna stealth down this whole room?
No,
No,
we're gonna go back down the
the other
stairs.
stairs.
Oh, okay. Woo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try that. I like that idea.
I was like, let me give you some guidance.
Do we have anyone who disagrees?
No, I like that.
That's fine.
Nope. Okay, we'll do that then.
Suppose you're way over there.
Alright, stand. We're going down the other stairs.
Hold on, I'm setting this all up now because she's gonna get real.
Yeah.
she's gonna
Yeah, she's gonna get
It's
real.
gonna get real.
Okay.
All right. The plan is you're gonna go with the barrel.
No.
No.
We're coming back on.
So we're
We talked it
gonna
over.
stealth down this way, or at least he's gonna sneak down and see what he sees from that end.
Make a perception roll.
Perception 17.
When you peer down, you see before you this massive wine cellar. There's a light mist creeping about the floor like a stalking cat. And all the way down to the far end, you see the original female, but you also see 2 others. Put her facing her. Here. Yep. And a little down this way more. Yep. And this one right there, facing that way. You immediately realize, oh shit, there's more than one. This is going to be tougher than you actually think.
Anything else?
Can I try and stealth my way around this corner here to see if I find anything else around there?
Let's make a roll.
I'll touch
If
you. Give
anything
you
goes
some
crazy,
guidance. If you need a 1d4, you can have
Do I
it.
have to use it?
Are you gonna use it?
I'm gonna touch him for guidance.
Okay.
They need it. Let's see. 8. 13.
You start to walk in. And suddenly they all turn around and see you. Initiative.
All right.
Well, unfortunately, I rolled a 2 and a 5. So I'm gonna place away again.
Yeah, you need a 14. They had a 14 passive perception. You rolled a 13. At 19.
That was with my guidance?
I'm pretty sure this
I got a
was
21.
though.
So we're gonna start with one.
Perception checks?
They don't do perceptions or passive perception.
Oh, passive. I got you. Alright.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah, so good thing I have a high initiative score.
I'll stay in the range.
They see me and I'm just like,
Are we
maybe
still?
if I stand very still, they won't
All right.
see
So
me.
we need to focus one down at a time to break the covenant.
Okay, I got. Anybody got higher than 20? I'll go first.
No, you won't.
Anybody got 15 to 20?
You're just kind of loud.
Yeah, sorry. Anybody got 10 to 15?
Piddlewick got a 10.
Oh my god,
We all rolled so bad.
6 to 10? 8?
7.
So Tonic with a 9, Throat 8, Casted at 7.
Joy got a 5.
5.
What did you get, young lady? That's all you have to say.
A 4.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's okay. We're all concentrated on 1 point. So.
We are healthy and it is okay.
Are we still in this little...
Yep. He started walking in and they boom, they picked up on it and they spun around.
For our moves, we have to do one there.
This one is going to start walking to about there. Can you put her up?
Cheers, mate. Hello there.
Try and schmooze your way out of this one.
Looking lovely.
This isn't my pirate ship. You are beautiful.
She holds up her hand and 3 large magical green mosquitoes manifest. And she says, "Enjoy, my little boy!" And she throws her hands out and these magic missiles come flying your way.
As a bonus action.
That's going to hurt because they will not miss. Magic missile.
My 2.
You said, slam, slam, slam. 10 points of damage.
You guys do not take so much damage.
Let's move her up.
That age you did?
Right next to the other
Helped
one.
me on
Right next to her?
Yep.
Very lost, man.
I don't have any AoE movies.
I have shattered.
Either way.
Seriously.
She looks over at Aslog in that little corridor over there. The one with the green you recognize as Morgantha or Granny.
Yeah.
She reaches up and she grabs the strip of metal that's holding on around her neck and she holds it out. And she starts speaking gibberish, holding her hand out, making symbols. She casts a spell at you called Old Person.
No.
Alright, make a wisdom saving throw, sir.
What's the AC?
You tell him what it is.
18.
Nice.
Fucker.
Yeah.
You feel your body tensing up, but you're able to move as she's trying to cast this spell to have you bottleneck, leaving this poor man by himself. Can you please move her up now? Probably about 25 feet, right? She holds her hands up, and you see 3 sparrows appear that are glowing with red energy. She circles her hand. Enjoy, little boy! And she flies. More magic missiles come your way.
Accident?
Cassidy.
missiles on this.
Do you have shield?
Nope, I am not Hexblade. I normally go Hexblade once for their combos.
11 and 6 is 17 points of damage. Choom, 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 choom. He gets hit. You hear Cassidy yelling in pain, and you see flashes of all color lights coming from this area. Now it is Ran. You're up. You're behind him. This is rough terrain, so it's twice your movement.
Get as far as you can to get out of there.
How far is it to the top?
It's about 10 feet up. So for him, it's gonna be 20.
I'm gonna turn into a raven.
Okay.
So I can fly over these folks.
And you do a puff of black smoke and black feathers. You appear. Where are you going?
I want to, okay, that's an action, right? That was my action to change?
No, listen, instantaneous. I'll give it to you.
Because I would like to be in front of him to take on any more whatever comes.
Magic missiles.
Yeah, 'cause they're gonna be able to move with that thing, but just in case, I want to be in front of him,
Okay.
so that I want to turn back into a man.
All right. So that'll be your whole turn. Okay. You're really messed up, and you find yourself on the ground, on the side of the wall. Blood is trickling through your clothing from these attacks. A raven suddenly appears to protect you, and it manifests. And it's are you in your hybrid form or human? You see Bran appears next to you. You guys sort of make eye contact. You know he's here to help you.
Do me a favor. Scream out really loud. Stand behind Bron.
You have to. Stand
Come
behind Bron.
Piddlewick's turn.
All right.
Do it. Come on.
Piddlewick is going to run down. So
That's 20 feet so far, so we'll have 10 more.
yeah, right down to the bottom, and then he's going to attack with his dart
What number?
on Morgantha.
She's 30.
Boop. That's 22 to hit.
Holy shit, that's a hit.
Yeah.
31 and 32.
Right. So for damage, that is 7 points of piercing damage, and she needs to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw against poison.
He's magical, so that's full damage. Okay. I rolled a 19.
Boo. Okay, she takes half poison damage, so that is 6 extra points of poison damage.
God, that's really strong.
Good job, Piddlewick. Yeah. Piddlewick rushes in, slides on his knees, and he blows the dart.
Piddlewick is going to move 10 feet over the side.
Okay.
All of his movement.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough for you guys, man. Shit's gonna go for real. Next up is Tonic.
Sliding past me for.
That's gonna be double the movement, so it'll be 10 feet right now. So he's at 10. Each box is 10 feet.
So those 5, 10.
Is there big boxes? Each box.
Able to get there.
No, that's gonna be 30. Right at that line. Move them up. That's 30 right there. Yep.
I have 2 javelins. I'm gonna throw one at
31?
Morgantha. We've hit
32
her.
or 30?
30.
33.
Remember one throwing a javelin first, and you're gonna continue to charge. You know what I mean? As I'm running, 'cause I'm running in. So.
Do you have any special feats or anything that says you can run and throw?
I don't think so.
I'm not gonna. I won't be a douche because I know how powerful these girls are. I'll let you do it. Go
I have
ahead.
athletics.
That's fine. Wow, that's a hit. Who are you aiming for? What number?
30.
30.
Okay. Gantha. Granny.
2 points.
Whoa. 10, and that's a javelin, so it's 5. It hits her arm. She pulls it out and she drops it to the ground. And you doing something else?
I'm just making my way to the.
Okay.
Move closer?
I get as close as I can.
That's as close as you can get.
Okay.
Started there.
Next up is gonna be Aslug.
So I'm on the top stairs, so is that.
No, now you're good because everyone was running around
Yeah,
you, so it's
yeah.
rough terrain. But you're clear to go.
So this is 5, 10,
Each box is 10 feet.
10, 20, 30.
Right.
I do?
No, man, I don't know.
One drains like run forever.
I'm gonna rage.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
And
He's raging.
and I just pick up my hand I just clench it really, really hard. I can't get no further. I can't hit him.
All right, but you're raging and
So
you're
I'm
ready to
readying
go.
my action. So if they get any closer, I'm just gonna knock the teeth out.
If they get closer, absolutely. All right. Injured Cassidy.
Injured Cassidy. These are each 30. I'll go ahead and just kind of shoot my crossbow over at 30.
Okay.
It's only when you punch.
18.
That is a hit.
Alright. And that's 6 piercing damage.
So it's 3.
My crossbow. And then I want to move out of line of sight. And try and press my back against the
You're like,
wall.
oh
and be like,
shit.
Jesus Christ. Holy crap.
Those are just the magic missiles. All right.
Davey jumps locker.
Joy, you're up.
All right,
Jesus.
You can just run.
I see the like metal thing that she has around her neck.
Yeah.
I cast heat metal on it.
Yeah.
What does that do, sir?
So as long as she's in physical contact with it, she'll take 2d8 fire damage.
Make the roll, please.
And then she
Damage.
can
Is there a wisdom save or anything?
she can make a she has to make a Constitution saving throw or drop it. That's 6 points of fire damage.
Shit. So that's she's not resistant. Okay. Yeah.
And if she doesn't drop the object, she has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
What is? What's the number I have to beat?
It is 14. 14 Constitution.
And I rolled an 11.
Okay, so she has to drop it.
It lights up, hot red, and you hear her scream, "Ah!" And she rips it off her neck and she drops it to the ground. Smoke goes up, the mist separates apart and slowly consumes the metal object that hit the ground.
And then I cast Bardic Inspiration on the tonic.
Alright, you keep track. How many? You can't have more than one Bardic. You already
It
have-
only lasts for 10 minutes, so we lost the other.
So you don't have no other Bardic Inspirations? Okay.
And then I'm gonna move back.
Up the stairs.
Yeah.
It's called the Prairie Dog Attack.
Yep.
Next up is
Concentration.
Severa.
Oh, I forgot I was here. With my little 4 roll. I'll go down to the bottom of the stairs as well. And I will cast Sacred Flame on the big blue hat.
32.
32?
It's a dex saving throw.
What's the range?
I think it's 60 feet.
Sacred Flame, the range is...
It is 60 feet.
I rolled a 5.
Yeah.
8, 5.
What number is this?
That's a
32.
Okay.
above that.
5 radiant damage.
Her body singes from the Sacred Flame. Damage is done, but not enough.
I'm also going to do a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Slug. And that's 2 plus 2 AC.
You got it? Top of the order. I love it. Here we go. Okay.
Duration of the fight, right? Duration of the fight. Like, oh, we got that one.
3 people, and it affects 3 people. Next, as long as someone dies.
Okay, let's see. Aslug. Who's behind Aslug? Morgantha reaches into the side of her purse and pulls out a red gem. She starts speaking gibberish and waving her hands in the air, and she shatters it on the ground. Her hand begins to glow with electric energy. Her hair starts spiking outward as static electricity. Her eyes turn white as electricity and lightning cracks from her eyes, and she shoots a lightning bolt at you and whoever's standing behind you. Or Aslug gets it first, and then it goes right to you. So I need a range attack. Here we go. Of course. A 12.
I have a 19.
Yeah. What's your AC?
16.
The lightning dances around both of you. Shit hits the wall. Sparks fly, but completely misses. She pulls her hand back, and all her hair goes back to normal. Her eyes are normal, and you guys smell the sweetness of electricity in the air. Next up is going to be number 31. Spell slots here. She's going to look at Aslug, waving her hands around. She says, "Big man, weak as a child!" And she casts this ray of enfeeblement towards you, Aslug. Let's see. It's a ranged attack, so let's see if I do it. You see a black energy shoot from her hands, and it gets to you and suddenly fizzles and dissipates. And she looks at her hands. Ah! Totally misses. Shit. And we have one more.
Yep. On flex.
That's why Wonder Woman wears
Muscles.
It would be like, you know, it wouldn't look right. You gotta flip the bullets.
The other one, Aslug, sees you at the front. Her eyes turn black as night. Her hair starts moving as if there's wind, and her outfit and her clothes start to billowing as if there's wind around her. She begins to chant, and she says, "Prepare for the iron bite of this little hag." And she raises her hands, and waves of heat echo, and they reach out towards you. 18.
Yes.
Okay. You need to make a saving throw, wisdom saving throw.
Didn't someone give somebody something for saving throws?
No, it was
Zero
Teutonic.
to me.
Wisdom?
Yep.
That's at 18 plus.
Nice.
You motherfucker!
I'll tell you the whole number. It's
Yeah.
20.
No, you're good. You're good. You feel yourself yawning and getting a little tired, and you snap out of it. And she's trying to put you to sleep. Doesn't work. Now, Brad, it's your turn, sir.
So none of them look like they're concentrating on anything, right?
Nope.
Well, then I'm just gonna shoot them with a crossbow.
Go
and
for
I'm
it.
gonna tell them, "Run home to your masters now, little girls." And then I'm gonna shoot really, really wide.
It goes sailing into the distance. They turn. Mother, it's a were-raven! And almost simultaneously, they go, "Ah!" They scream because these witches hate ravens.
Oh, yeah.
But you have 2 attacks.
Oh,
Well-
then it's the short sword. You have to be up.
Oh,
He doesn't want to get up close to these ladies.
The weapon attack, which can be with a T and crossbow.
Oh, well, we never played it that way. Is that cool? Can I get 2 shots with the crossbow?
Finesse weapon,
It says one of which can be used
I'm
with a
fine
T
with
and
that.
crossbow.
but don't add any proficiencies to the second shot like I mentioned earlier.
Well, that's not bad. Then 19.
That is a hit, my friend. Which number you were going for?
I will go for Morgantha.
Okay.
30.
Yep.
8 points of damage.
4. Awesome. Next up is Hitaway.
All right.
It says it right there.
It does.
Piddlewick is going
I
to
read it as
take a shot at Morgantha.
With his darts?
Yep.
one of.
Okay, go for it.
15 to hit.
I have to roll?
No, I rolled the attack.
Yeah, you got it, buddy.
15 to hit?
Just,
Alright.
yep, just did it.
Nice. That is 7 points of piercing damage, and then she needs to make a Constitution saving throw, please. DC 12.
Alright.
Let's get it.
Just gotta put the marker real quick. How much damage did it take for a second?
7 piercing, and I need a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Because he's a magical creature, she's bloody.
Nice.
It doesn't bother her whatsoever. Got a nat 20.
Move.
She is
He still takes half damage, so that's 3 points of poison damage.
Okay. All right. Good job, Piddlewick. Tonic.
I can get to it now, right?
Nice and loud.
Yeah, you
I'll
can.
pick one. Going over 32, is that the one?
I think we're
30,
targeting
30
this one.
Yeah, those are the two sisters.
Which sisters? Like, what's, like, what?
32.
Okay, 32s I want to focus on. So starting with the sacred weapon, so that gives me a +1 in terms of the magical weapon as well. I'm gonna go ahead and try to stab her, and then if a bonus action is the thunder
Now,
smite.
what weapon are you using? The rapier, right?
No, I'm using the javelin.
Oh, that's right. 'Cause your sword got melted.
Yeah. So I'm using the.
How many javelins do you have?
5.
Okay, and you already got rid of how many?
I threw one, but she took it out. I don't know if it's.
It's on the ground next to her, so okay, you're fine.
2. No, I'm 2 plus like 8 maybe.
And she
9.
jumps back with lightning speed, surprising you for an old hag.
Okay. That's it.
All right. Next up, Aslug.
Well, since I didn't get no close, I'm just gonna run up and punch her.
All right. You stomp up to her. You pull your fist back.
And that's it. You said that's extra. That's 2d6 damage, right? Fire damage.
Did you write it down?
Are you? Did you?
Ranged in my
Yeah.
hand.
It's add on 2d6 afterwards. Yep.
So I'm gonna reckless attack, gaining advantage for you. That's,
Louder.
You rolled a d12.
You rolled a d12.
That's a 19 to hit.
That's it.
Okay.
So it's, you have a d6 for your punching, right? And then 2d6
And then
for fire.
2d6. So
Right.
3d6.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 damage.
14 damage. Shit.
You ain't hit a young beautiful woman with, and you just clobber her before she can finish. So that's 14. It's gonna be with the fire. No, I'm gonna let's see resistance to fire. Oh yeah, so it's gonna be 7 points of damage.
Oh, fire resistant.
Yep. You hit her. You see she absorbed most of it, but you can tell from your combat experience, Aslug, Bloodbringer, she's pretty hurt.
Awesome.
Cassidy.
Alright. So I'm going to peek around the corner here. Some of my movement with the crossbow. I'm going to shoot towards number 30.
Right in between the two big guys.
Or between you guys. So nat 20.
Nice.
Oh,
What?
You are killing them.
Good on Thread the
Oh,
needle.
stop. So it's the crossbow, right?
Crossbow.
Who are you hitting?
Number
30.
Morgantha? Alright, so what's the damage of your weapon?
D6.
Alright, so she automatically gets 6 damage.
Okay. So 6
And now double your
damage.
roll.
Roll. Good roll.
Okay. 23 damage.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Whack! Right.
Nice.
You shoot her in the eye.
We'll find out.
You raise up, and to you, everything slows down. Explain to us how you dispatch Morgantha.
Woohoo!
I run around the corner. I'm already kind of pissed because I've got my ass beat for me.
Yeah.
I pull up my crossbow, aim it right between the two big guys here, right towards their head, and let the crossbow go.
I feel like you're shooting me every time.
Yeah, right?
Face across me,
I'm
so
sorry, I'm
you
pointing
keep doing that.
over
You're
there.
like,
It actually
"Can I shoot?"
slams her straight in the head. She shakes and staggers, convulses, and she drops to the ground.
Good job.
Damn, brother.
Get it.
Stat away.
Oh, no, hold on. Let me,
Nope.
I may have something on my sleeve here.
She falls to the ground.
All
right. I'll take her now.
You just revived.
The two siblings, they look at each other and they almost panic. And now the panic turns to anger as they see their mother drop to the ground. They both hold their hands out and they look even more sadistic. And they're actually looking at you and concentrating. Their eyes are furious, and you've seen anger before, and these women are angry.
So, no, so I actually have a second shot since I use a one-handed weapon. So
And you have
crossbow.
so you instant.
Popping another one, hitting right towards 32.
One.
Alright, let's see.
20.
That is a hit.
That's 22.
Roll for damage. What number is this?
Remember, you had your bonus too. It might have.
That is 9 damage total.
This is a 10 D6.
32, 9, so that's going to
If I
be
had like 8, I
round down.
then when I add yours, you said like 13.
Active.
Okay. Good job, Cassidy.
I use the remainder of my movement speed to kind of stagger back around the corner here.
Joy, you're up.
Alright, Joy is going to move down. She's going to pull out her horn and cast the Shatter spell right here.
Oh shit.
So she's going to. Any Constitution saving throws from this.
They're in front of you though.
It's like a point I can't see them behind them.
Yeah, you can, but don't they get hit? It's
No, it's a 10-foot. It's a 10-foot sphere. So I want to cast it like right here. So
Oh, okay. And what's the range on your?
60 feet.
Yeah, perfect. I'm reaching for shit, bro.
Yeah.
Don't kill my
I get you.
legacy.
I understand. It's 14 Constitution saving throw.
This is the first one. I roll 14. Second one.
Oh, boo.
The second one does hit though. I rolled a 9.
All right. Is that the one who succeeded takes 3 points of damage, and the one who failed takes 6.
Oh, you rolled 2 ones.
I rolled 2 ones. Yeah.
The ones are hot on those D8s.
Yep.
The second one that failed is very bloody.
Like how bloody?
Like 32 is
Just below bloody. If you know what bloody means. She's hurt. Anything else?
That is the and I'll cast Bardic Inspiration on a slug.
Now, how many have you done so far today?
I have done
3.
3.
And how many do you?
I think I have 1 left after this. Yep.
Okay. Sephiroth.
A D6 to
Alright, I'm gonna
say attack
cast
rolls and saving throws.
Bane on them.
Which one?
Yeah.
Both. It's up to 3
You
creatures.
fail
Son of a bitch.
And that is gonna be charisma saving throw for each.
This is number 31. I rolled a 9,
Fail.
and I rolled a 19.
Pass. So the one that failed,
31.
whoever, whatever attack rolls you make, you have to roll a 1d4 and subtract that number.
Can you
from
put the
your
Bane on there? 31, please. Thank you. Good job, Sephiroth. Anything else, young lady? Oh, well, you know what?
What?
That's a magic spell?
It is an enchantment,
Yeah, so what level is it?
first level.
31's actually going to cast counter spell.
Oh, is she?
Yep.
Oh, you are.
Rude.
all of a sudden fail.
So what does that do for me? Does that do?
This, it has to do
No,
let's see.
It just stops it.
It's a deny.
All right.
It's a deny.
Yeah, so she casts it. Wipes it away.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
Alright. They laugh at you when you do that.
Okay, bitch.
Oh, it's on. Alright, top of the order, which is finally, thank God.
Shit.
The two hags, after the attempt of your magic act, they immediately lock eyes on you instead of Cassidy. And you hear one of them say, "A cleric! A cleric! A cleric!" Almost like they forget everybody else, they immediately turn their attention to you. You guys hear them shout this, and almost, regardless of their own safety, they turn towards her.
They must know the prophecy, guys.
Is it cleric specific or holy specific? 'Cause I gotta be a big like.
You're that big red button that says do not push.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push.
Yeah. It's,
Does she want to take a step and get hit? No, she doesn't.
It's okay. I have a pretty high AC.
The female, number 32, who's bloody, she reaches up to a fur segment of her collar and rips it off. She throws it up in the air, and the furs trickle down the hairs, and she starts incanting some type of weird language. her eyes suddenly shot with electricity. Her hair pops up like an afro. Electricity dances around her body, and she casts a lightning bolt in your direction.
That's how far I can.
Yep.
I have a lot of things to say to other people, not myself.
The ranged attack. What's your AC?
19.
A strike, blast out, and then it's going to be a choice. Oh, you have to make a dexterity saving throw. Yeah, it
You're
is.
in
I'm
a
sorry.
straight line. So it should.
And no one's behind her? Go ahead. Dexterity saving throw.
It'll hit tonic.
Yeah, it's gonna hit whoever's in front of her.
So a dex saving throw?
Yep. And tonic also.
And me, right?
8.
You need 10.
I do a saving throw or you roll to hit?
Huh?
You're rolling to hit me or a saving
Oh yeah, saving throw. That was my mistake. I was thinking of a different spell.
Dexterity.
Since I'm
Nat
20.
20.
Nice.
Yeah!
It definitely hits me. 4 to 6.
Alright, yep. So you both get the full, you get half.
Oh. Stop betting.
22 lightning damage for both of you. You take 11. The second looks at Sevra. She starts incanting and raising her hands as green mosquitoes magically appear. Magic missile! And she flashes, and these things come flying at you.
22.
You said that was already
Close to my goblin force.
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
Now. Well, she's angry, but they see the cleric and they have an idea how powerful and the omens that they've been hearing about. Bran, you're up. You see her getting rocked, Sevra, and she's looking injured.
Yeah. I think instinctively I would just run to her, like in front of her now.
Okay.
Just move over a little bit.
Yeah. Can we shoot from there?
Yeah,
Crossbow
yeah,
has a
crossbow,
long
yep.
range.
So he's gonna shoot at 32. The one that's bloody. 32.
Yep, 32.
So that's 19.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Threads the needle.
7 points of damage.
It's gonna be round down, it's gonna be 3. Anything else, sir?
I think I will scream at her, there will be no quarter for you.
Wire Raven! And the other one looks, Wire Raven! Ah! They start screaming because they find you repulsive, but their eyes fixate back to the cleric. Almost like two dogs see easy prey. They're gonna tear apart. Easy prey. Next up is Midwick.
Our damage. Our biggest
Oh.
PPS.
He's gonna shoot 32.
Go for it.
13.
That's a hit. Oh wait, AC. No, it's a miss.
Damn.
Flies off into the distance. Is he
It's
doing
okay,
anything else?
buddy. Nope, that's everything.
Okay, Tonic.
I'm going to use
Go for the winning one.
2 it is.
I have 6 plus. Shit. Plus 1 plus. So 7, so 13, and then I got your thing.
Yeah, so roll d6.
So 18.
Nice. Fucker. Get rid of this. That's a hit.
And, alright, so I have a couple things. So I have Divine Smite.
Yes, he's about to lay the pipe.
Time to lay that smite.
So hit.
You can use more than one spell slot, just letting you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's 9 from that.
Well, you can
Divine
use
Smite.
a higher spell slot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the spell
So
I
you can
used,
one spell
that
slot.
One more
Thunder
D8.
Smite's still in there.
I got fucked once you took the covenant out.
And,
You can do one more D, I think, right?
yeah, I got another 2.
If you do it
He's about to bust his whole
Both of them.
8, 8, 8.
6, so it's 9, 15,
Oh yes.
17, and then the actual damage of the weapon. So that's 20.
And it's a magical weapon?
Oh yeah, yep. And they need to. It's the Thunder Smite, so it's gonna knock them on their ass. They need to make a strength saving throw.
Which number was this? 20, 32?
32.
20 strength saving.
Both of them need to make a strength because it's both of them.
That's 15.
So it doesn't say if there's anything else.
It's your spell.
Your spell DC.
Your spell DC.
Charisma plus 10.
Charisma plus 10.
Yeah.
13.
And I rolled a 15, so the stronger one, number 31, takes half of that.
No, she falls down.
She does
the
fall
one
down.
who fails is going to fall down.
And the 24, the weak one, she fell. I rolled a 5.
I need some D4.
Now, how much damage does she take?
20.
All of them?
Yeah. No, D4s. D4.
And what weapon was this?
Javelin.
Pyramid.
Yeah.
Just me smiting her with it.
It's his sacred javelin, so it's a magic weapon.
Yeah.
I can just use 4 and then roll.
You do so much damage to her, Paladin. You think she's dead as she actually stumbles to the ground. She looks almost half alive. She staggers. You know that if somebody just sneezes on her, she's falling over.
Sneeze on her. Sneeze on her.
Sneeze on
And the
her!
other one fell down, right?
The other one fell down.
Okay.
So she's prone, so if anybody runs up to her, they're going to get advantage on the shot. Next up is
That was on a roll of 6.
Aslog!
Which one's prone? 31?
31. Yep.
31 is prone.
And
This
the
one-
32 is like, well, you look at her and you know she's ready to go.
If I move past her, she gets an attack on me.
If you move away from her, yeah.
You have to move out of the range. Just do attack range.
Am I in her attack range currently?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just really
I'm
pushing.
just trying to hit her. Reckless attack. 17 plus 4. 17 plus 6.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
21? This one?
And then my fist. 12, 6, 6, 12.
What are you trying to do? Use this? That's 3d6.
So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 fire.
10 fire damage to 32.
Wow. You go back, your hand blows on
Thunderous uppercut.
for money. You go off. Hadouken! And explain to us what happens to this woman as you take her out.
I knocked her jaw clean off.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
And if jaggles, but goes up, alright, yeah, it goes up and explodes and everything just gathers everywhere. She drops to the ground. She's dead.
They both
No, they were knocked out.
Pro.
Oh, you probably have.
Was the freshest. And that was my. I can't move now.
She was a fresh one?
You can move.
She's been hit a little.
And I'm gonna advance to this one that's on the ground.
Alright.
Little mouth.
Stop.
Hey, look
Now,
at
she's
her.
on the ground. Next up is Cassidon.
Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Each box is 10.
10? Okay.
So right up to there is what Fiddle is.
And then I'm gonna boom.
That's
It's be a disadvantage because she's prone.
Oh shit.
I gotta thread the needle through my legs.
Oh, shit.
Well, let's try and do it.
That one.
19 and a 16.
Both hit. You son of a bitch.
Double hit. Is it a sneak attack?
Yeah. Alright. So that is a total of 12 piercing damage.
6. She's bloodied.
And then I load my crossbow and shoot again.
Disadvantage.
2, miss.
Miss. Okay. Next up is gonna be Joy.
What's her name? Okay, 16. Joy looks at her and she's like, all your family's dead. You should just die here. Give up,
Die also.
please. So give me a wisdom save 14 if she got vicious mockery on her.
I rolled a nat 20 and plus 3, so 23.
Okay.
She's just looking at you as the ground, and she's slowly getting up from the thing. She's trying to get up from the floor. Sevra, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to backtrack a little bit around the side.
Okay.
And I'm going to drink my superior health potion.
Oh.
That is, by the way, 8 d4s.
So many.
16 plus 8. What's that? 16 plus 8.
4 24.
24.
Yeah, we gotta sleep here tonight.
Alrighty, I am back up to healthy.
Kicking ass. Oh my god, I'm up to one person. Let's stand her up. I've got all these fucking magic spells, but it's just, she's by herself.
Put one in my chest.
Then we knock her down. Does she have to get up?
Brothers.
Well, it's half.
It's half of your movement speed.
But you get that D4, that's 3 minus 9.
But going prone is
Oh, I
free.
think- where's the red one? Oh, that's what No, you had a pink one. Did I give someone a pink one? Oh, it's right here. Oh, I get 25 points. I didn't see that guy.
25.
In a psychotic rage, knowing she's outmanned, seeing her mother and her sister lying on the ground, she takes the long staff that she has, looking at the cleric. You will not destroy the master! She runs at you with this stick, and she swings.
She's gonna get attacked.
Oh, she's all the way over there. She's gonna run over there, and you guys, whoever's in front gets, Asla?
Yeah.
You get a free attack on her.
Asla,
And she's gonna run towards the paladin in the stairwell.
Get a free attack.
The cleric. The cleric.
Then she's definitely gonna have to get.
No, it is the right,
Oh, it is?
she's disengaging from him. So.
Oh, I got you.
She's gonna run past you.
Yeah, you have to roll.
You get a free attack, buddy. Free attack.
You have
No,
to
you have
Well,
to
I
roll
have to
to
attack
do it.
first.
She's just going, she's lost it now. She's just running straight at the cleric.
18.
That's a hit.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
That is a strike, and that's half, so it'll be 5. You crack her, but she keeps running. Let's move her,
I'm screaming.
right here. Okay, and she has the stick. Ah! She's yelling like a mad woman. You guys are like, this bitch is crazy. But she's fixated on taking out the cleric. And top of the order, Bran.
I am going to run up to her to engage her.
She is bloody, by the way.
directly.
Okay.
I'm gonna stab her ass.
Oh, he's not
Two
letting.
times. 2 times.
Bitch, I'm a
Four,
stab
For
you.
what she's done to
Twice.
my family. That's 14.
That is a. Anything else? Do you have your proficiency or every modifiers? That's everything. 14.
That was 14.
You just missed.
Oh, but you have another attack.
You got one more attack, but you don't add your bonuses to this one.
So this is just shooting her.
Okay.
Not gonna.
And you told him, ah, you're going crazy, but you're totally
In
missing.
front of her.
And she just, you know, she's gonna keep barreling through you. Hidwick.
Hidwick takes out his tiny little toy crossbow. Tries to murder her with it. He crits on it!
That's 20.
Yeah.
Alright. So, nice. So that is 17. 17 points of piercing damage, and she needs to make a constitution saving throw.
My man, there is no need. Explain how this
All
thing
right.
dispatches her.
Yeah,
Hidwick,
she's just-
make it fancy.
yeah, she's just distracted and like running, screaming, ah! And Hidwick having like grown closer to Severa.
Yes.
He steps forward to protect her and pulls out his baton, like smashes her in the knee so that she falls down, like level with him.
Yep.
And then he raises his crossbow and shoots her in the face.
And silence befalls this ice-cold cellar as you guys dispatch the 3 hags that took over the bone-grinding windmill where they tortured and killed many children. But on this day, these women lie dead at all your feet.
I spit on all of them.
That's really nice.
Yeah, and you see he's actually agitated, and you've seen emotions that you did not see earlier when you first met Bran. It falls quiet as the mist creeps throughout this cellar.
That was really stressful.
If you guys didn't take out Morgantha, it would have been, yeah.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So-
Go, I got my ass beat.
I told him quickly now.
It's good to focus on that.
Well, we
The
need to search
amulet
for a
is
relic.
here. It's here somewhere.
Okay.
The search.
Bran is screaming, the amulet is here somewhere. So we're going to go around the room. Collectively, we're going to do a perception roll. We're going to start with Cassidy.
16.
Okay?
20, 21.
Of course.
22.
Yeah. It's... You gotta get new dice, Mom.
12.
Especially, yeah.
16.
And as you guys start looking around, the one thing you 3 and you notice, what did you roll?
12.
You did not notice. You guys noticed was this creaking noise. Is that center area right here where there's a brick wall going up to the ceiling. You see mist slowly creeping out from the bottom, filling up this area, almost like the cold. Yep, the cold is coming from behind that wall.
Guys, what are you looking at?
There's mist coming up front of the wall.
Oh shit.
I'm in shock because I never make this roll.
I don't see it.
I'm like, I don't know. I think I see something.
I don't
Can I
believe
walk
it.
over to the
Can
wall?
one of you like smash it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to the wall. It's a brick wall, and you're feeling that there's some way on the other side, but you can't figure it out. It's all bricks, almost like what you see here, but you see mist slowly crawling, ice cold mist at your feet.
Like, hit the wall.
It's solid brick. You're trying, you just can't figure it. It's just a wall to you.
Detect magic.
I don't have
There's always a book that opens up, you know what I'm saying?
Push all the bricks.
I
Touch
checked-
all the bricks.
I checked Morganta's body for anything, like maybe there's like a weird thing that she.
I have a key.
You do have
Next to
the key.
Morgantha's body, she has that metal rod. To you, you think it's useless. It's just a strip of metal. She has dried frog legs. She has a blue crystal, a cat's tail, and that's it.
Okay.
And the other two have garbage on them as well. Nothing major.
For sure. That she was using that you heated up.
And these little items they use for their magic spells, the one that requires materials. So.
Can I make my way to the wall and maybe like pull the key out and just see if it interacts with anyone?
You take the key against the wall. You do not see any keyhole, but if you want, you can make a look to see if you figure out if there is a way in or not.
Is that perception?
Yep.
9.
You can't figure it out.
Yep, I am dumbfounded.
If anybody else wants to try, you need to make a perception roll.
Don't miscarry.
Brand.
I rolled a freaking 19.
What'd you roll?
19 plus 2. So
As you're trying to look at it with this key scraping the side, Bran comes to your left, and Tonic, and they both point to a certain brick that's a different color than the others. Guys go.
Figured as much.
You press it, it actually goes in, and you hear some sound. The brick goes inward, and suddenly the whole wall sort of like slides inward.
I have one of these like this in my house.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's always the hardest to wear
We
somebody
are
else's shower.
in discount, so
It's like a rocket ship.
Put this on top, that part in the middle, right the curve. No, up one. There you line it up. Eventually finding the brick that opens up this magic area, you're greeted with a blast of cold air. It is a dark tunnel and it seems to stretch about 15 feet. Ending at an archway beyond lies a shallow cave. Before you is a large pit that separates you from the end of the tunnel. There appears to be something shimmering at the other end of the tunnel. Take this, put it up on the middle, right, one more, right there, yep.
Treasure chest.
Okay, you see it's very cold. You also notice growing on the sides of the wall, there's brown mold and mushrooms. Now let's see, that's Brand. Make a nature check, please.
Nat 20.
Yeah. Based on your experience, and you know that you guys do not want to touch the mold. It's very dangerous.
don't touch the mold. It's very dangerous.
Okay.
And you also realize the DM is very hot. All right. So, what are you guys gonna do? There is a huge pit. Both Tonic and Bran, you see this. Everybody else is sort of like gathered around. Yeah, that's a black pit. It's about 15 feet across.
You want us to throw firework over there?
So
Are
what?
we able to tell how far down?
Are you going in?
We're Raven.
I will walk into the room.
Yeah.
All right. You start walking in, and it's really cold. You see your breath. You guys see him as soon as he walks in. It's like a wall of ice, cold air. Breath is billowing from him going out, and you start walking. The mold actually pulsates with light illumination, so you sort of can see what's around you. And you stand at the precipice of this pit, and it looks like it goes down into complete darkness.
Looks like it goes a long way.
Is it
Fly
scary?
over there?
Just fly over there.
Just what?
You fly down.
over there.
I'll light your feathers on the lights.
I'll fly over.
You do, and you puff. You magically appear as a raven, and you fly over there. You drop on the ground as a raven form, and in front of you is a large chest. To the left and to the right is a cave, but there's nothing else on both sides except for lots of brown fungus and mold.
He's got a key, why don't you?
Does it look like it needs a key?
No, it does not.
Mimic, run, run!
You want to give me the 10-step thought check for traps? But,
It looks like it's gonna hurt. It probably will.
I'm also very anxious to get in there, so
Yeah.
I would imagine that I'm like kind of shaking because I know what I'm looking for in this place.
You feel a presence of something that you haven't felt since you were over at the mansion, where the holy symbol of Ravenkind was once stored.
Screw it. My desire to see this item is overwhelming my common senses, and I'm just gonna try to open up the chest.
Before you do that, a Colombian man steps up behind you, starts going, "Come on, Mr. Jones, Dr. Jones, you can do this." Yeah, you reach up. You're opening this box.
Just gonna open it up. It's just like I gotta get in there.
Okay.
And you're dead.
Opening this chest, it's lined with red satin, but it's not the red satin that catches your attention. You see before you a black envelope with a gold amulet symbol, a seal, keeping it closed. You recognize this. Your body begins to shake and shiver as you know what's inside this black envelope.
So my hands are shaking.
Yep.
I can't see it yet.
And I know what I'm about to find, and I begin to weep.
Now, also, as you're about to weep and you peer underneath those things at the bottom of the chest. You find several wooden beads, almost like you'd see on a necklace that broken off and fell in.
Are these happy tears?
Regular wooden beads.
Okay.
Wooden beads that you'd probably see around a necklace.
Okay.
Make a history check.
I don't have history, but if you tell me what it's based
Intelligence.
on. 18 pure.
You remember Brand Martikov used to always mess with a necklace with brown beads.
Which one?
I'm not Brand, Andre Martikov.
I'm ready.
Andre.
Okay.
I had a necklace one time.
Somehow some beads of his got into the bottom of this. The treasure chest itself.
I'm gonna take a bead.
Okay?
I'm gonna put it right next to my letter.
Okay? Now guys, for the rest of you, it seems like an eternity. You just see Brand standing there and he's just enthralled with whatever he's
With
holding.
this whole range of emotions.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yep.
happy homes,
So,
I knew that it was worth the sacrifices. I'll begin to open, reveal.
We cannot see you.
yeah, she can't see it. But inside, you immediately see what it is. It is the most amazing holy symbol of Ravenkind that was once yours. It almost illuminates with light. And for the rest of you, it's almost like there's a flashlight in front of him. You just see his body get silhouetted with a golden light. Very powerful artifact, my friend. Though your kind cannot wield its power, only one type of person can.
I know who that is. I'm going to hold this very close to me.
Okay.
And I am going to, I guess I have to put it
back.
on because otherwise it's going to fall into the ravine. As I
You
turn
know
back
that
into
you
a
probably put the envelope in your mouth as a raven.
raven. That is what I'm going to do. Instinctually, that would make
Right.
sense.
It'll be like Lord of the Rings. He'll put it on and goes, "Mine! None of you! Close that door! I'll stay trapped forever with this fucking thing."
So I will put it in my mouth and I will cross the ravine.
All right. And you do. Then he comes back, he flies across, you see this huge black raven holding a black envelope. He manifests, turns back to himself, and it's Bran. And immediately Bran's eyes lock onto Sevra. And this is a moment where all of you are just on pins and needles. And Sevra, you look at him and you see the eyes and expression on his face as excitement and relief, enjoyment, all coming from his eyes just by looking at him.
What is that?
My great falcon, this is what we have fought so hard for.
Dun, dun, dun.
What do we do with it?
This is the holy amulet of the symbol of our kind. It is the amulet of the raven kind. And my dear, and I will get on one knee and present it to you. I was gone.
Whoa. And when you put this on, you swear you hear angelic voices and harps all playing within your head. And you haven't felt this holy since you were first communed into the clergy. You feel at peace, something you haven't felt since this whole time you've been in Barovia. You feel powerful, but in a more divine sense, nothing more evil. And Bran, almost you see tears welling up in his eyes because this is something that for almost decades they've been waiting for. You guys all see her. She almost is like Liadriel from Lord of the Rings. She has a glow to her. Piddlewick actually lets go of your hand, walks up to Severa, and he drops down on one knee and he lowers his head. You hear the bells jingle as you see this, and he's next to him who's on one knee also.
What can I do with this? What do I do with this for you?
This amulet help Barovia heal. When you use the amulet, you fight Strahd.
Okay. I will keep it close.
Keep it close.
Should I keep it hidden?
Keep it hidden.
Okay. I shall keep it hidden.
I believe that you are in danger now with this amulet more than ever.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I have an awesome, strong group.
What do you think that thing will cost?
1672 at Walmart.
Piddlewick gets up. He sort of goes to touch it, and he stops, and he turns, and he runs back to Joy, and he goes behind Joy. And you feel like he's shaking, and you hear the subtle sounds of his bells. And he reaches up, and he holds onto your hand very tightly.
You see something?
It's okay, Piddlewick.
This is a moment, but I'm in pain here.
That's true.
He's in pain.
Okay, I'm gonna use my healer's kit. Oh, come here, Cassidy. Come on.
Okay.
9 plus your maximum hit die.
9 plus my maximum, so a D8.
Yeah, no, you take the maximum, so 8.
And then you're 5.
So 17.
Stan, is Bran able to tell her anything about what the amulet does?
Sure, absolutely.
Doesn't he get 5 extra points?
What would he know then?
What you know.
That's my healer's kit.
Unless you want me to... He starts explaining to you in depth. To the rest of you, it sounds like he's speaking a foreign language, but to you, Severa, it's common tongue. And the verbiage is actually, it's a weird traditional were-raven that he is speaking to her, but for some reason you understand it. He tells you that this is the holy symbol of Ravenkind, and just so you can write these down, so I'd recommend that.
You have that for me too.
This is a unique holy symbol. It's sacred. It's sacred for the good, faithful people of Barovia. It was originally created by the were-ravens to fight and stop Strahd. Only a holy person can wield this power. And the were-ravens knew that one day a cleric would be able to wield this power. The holy symbol is shaped of a star, of the morning lord, and in the center is a crystal. That crystal allows, now write this down, 1d6 plus 4 charges daily. So there's several magic spells you can cast, but you have to charge it daily. 1d6 plus 4.
Got it.
First is hold vampires.
Oh, jeez. Very niche.
That could come in handy.
Oh, maybe he does.
Yeah, and what this is, a vampire in your sight has to make a DC saving throw of 15. On a failed save, that vampire is paralyzed
What
in
kind of
fear.
saving throw?
Wisdom. And it has to be within 30 feet.
Okay. Got it.
Next is turn undead. Which
I have that.
Yep.
But I have another one now. No?
Okay. Now it says there's sunlight. This costs 5 charges. It's a 30-foot round radius, and all undead creatures and vampires take 3d10 light damage.
God damn.
It could potentially be 3 though.
It could be 3 light damage.
Or 30. We'll see.
There may be more to this item at this juncture, but right now this is all Bran that is explaining to you.
Okay, I will
That's not bad.
spend some time with it.
Okay.
The item. Undead and what? Vampire?
Yeah.
All right, got it.
I want to feel around on my chest to see if I have any broken.
You guys are healed. At this point, there's nothing else of value in this lower level. The winery itself is full silence, and it's clear and safe of any fiends that these hags conjured up, such as scarecrows or these sack monsters, if you will.
And we can have his family come back in.
We have to go out first.
Yeah.
All right.
Let them know everything's all right.
Let me
All
just-
the way back to
Can
the
you shut
top.
my lights off? We don't go anywhere. This will be a setup is really easy for this. I'll just take those.
I think we need to sleep here for the night.
I'm also,
Yeah.
if they let us, hopefully.
There's
I'm
some
also
beds
going to
upstairs.
cast
We can just do it now
thaumaturgy to
before we
clean
go.
everything up.
Oh, okay. That's a cantrip.
It is a cantrip.
You want this too?
What is it?
Yes.
Thaumaturgy.
And I'll take this. Take your figures off, please.
Cleaning. I don't want to give
Also-
it back to them a mess.
Before we go outside to see the family, I'm going to give her I'm going to give Severa the letter, the journal, and the bead. And I'm going to tell her if anything should happen to me, give this to my uncle.
Your uncle, Andre.
No.
No, he's the asshole.
Yes.
Davian. Davian.
Do not give it to her.
Not to Andre, but to Debian.
Please.
I will do that.
Andre, here you go.
I'll also
Here is your incriminating
So
evidence.
give us to
use your own evidence. I will also not let anything happen to you, so.
Andre.
Andre.
You can have this. Yeah.
Here, I believe you left me.
Oh, thank you.
For the sake of time, I'm not going to set up the exterior of all the houses and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to assume the houses are still over there. Are we all coming out collectively together?
Yeah.
I'm staying in. No, I'm just kidding. We're going out. Right? I'm taking over.
We're gonna fortify it. The defenses. Or the tornadoes.
Upon exiting the winery, the rain has stopped, but the skies are still dark and gloomy. In the distance, you hear rainstorms screaming and shouting as they slowly approach again. The Mardukov family, they're already standing outside in the grape fields, all in a line watching you all exit the winery. Stepping forward with his cane is Davian Mardukov, walking with a slight limp, almost looking perplexed. Behind him is his son, Andre Martikov. And Andre has a look of shock as all of you exit, and he seems to be looking very curiously at each of you, the younger Mardukov. You guys start coming forward. Davian says, "What has happened inside my house?" And he slams his cane into the ground, but Andre is still looking at all of you. Occasionally his eyes are dropping at you with daggers.
Handle Andre for
The
you.
old man asks, "What happened to my house?"
Uncle, your house is clear. And with that, is it okay if I go over to Andre? And I don't care if I do damage or not, but I want to just punch him in the face.
You walk up to Andre
Just like-
Mardukov. He puts his hands on his hips and goes, "Let me," and before he can finish, the rest of you just hear clock, and you get a free shot. The whole family, they all gasp, and they all fall back. He steps back and he looks at a little bit of blood, and he spits on the ground. Andre says, "In the 7 hells, what the hell was that for, Bran?"
I think that you know, cousin.
Hell of a punch.
Okay, he says, and he looks at you, "What have you and your friends done to my father's house?"
We have freed your father's house.
You're an asshole.
We cleansed it.
Andre, angrily and confused, he sort of grabs his bead necklace and he holds it tightly with frustration. Davian Martikov, the older man, turns back. "It is fine, my son." "No, silence! It is not fine, father! He's obviously lying. He has done something cursed within our home. He is no Martikov!" Andre yells. Davian looks back at you. "What is this about?" The old man
was
says.
already cursed. We cleansed it.
Make a charisma roll, please.
Not 20.
Nice.
When you say that, all of you collectively see the entire Martikov family all drop down to one knee as she speaks. Davian's eyes light up. This old man, who's in a lot of pain, as he tries and he finally goes down to one knee when you speak. All you notice when you look at her, the chain around her neck starts to glow, almost illuminated, and you see this as well. Piddlewick sort of lets go of your hand. He too goes down on one knee. Everybody except for Andrei Martikov. He spits on the ground. You are a witch, and you are a traitor, and the rest of you, aligned with him in the league, you're all pathetic traitors. And he glances over at you. It is because of you Strahd knows we exist. It is because of you the family has been splintered to 1,000 pieces. You bringing this hag in disguise and these traitors with you, he says.
Do you know you had hags in your house?
I'm not talking to you, woman. I'm talking to the traitor. Now, Andre sort of walks forward. Piddlewick gets up, and you see his arm shaking, and you see his fists clenching, like he just wants to go forward. Are you going to pull him back or let him go?
Go, Piddlewick.
Piddlewick actually starts walking, and he stands between you and him, and he holds his face up, and he's looking up at Andre. Andre stops and looks at him and looks at you and glances over at you. So, you obviously need your friends to help you, eh, cousin? Very well. He holds his hands upwards. On this night, I invoke the death duel, and I invoke you to be my combatant, Bron, to the death as they do in the old times. And he sort of steps back. The family that's all on their knees, they get up, and you guys see they all look troubled by this. And there's a collective gasp. Davian, the father, old man, gets up. Andre, you don't know what. Silence, old man! I've invoked the death duel. You and myself, traitorous cousin, do you accept?
Andre, I will fight with you if that is what you want. But I would rather fight with you, alongside of you. Together, we are strong. You still have time to turn from this path.
When you say this to Andre, his eyes glance at each of you. A puff of black smoke appears, and feathers dissipate with the smoke. But there is no small black raven. No, no, no. Before you is a hybrid of a man with a crow's or a raven's face. It's Martikov who transformed into a hybrid were-raven. He slowly reaches back and he grabs two curved sickles and he holds them out. His bird-like head sort of swivels. He looks at you. I've invoked the death duel. Let us start. And he steps back. You hear the family say, no, Andre, no, this is not the way. And he goes back and he's always cracking his head. He's getting ready for a battle. And you guys see him standing there. Davian, the old man, goes back and they all surround Andre, trying to talk him out of it. But he invoked the death duel.
Right.
And you guys don't know what this really is.
So I will say, allow me time to discuss this with my companions. Give me that courtesy.
Very well. This will be your last night for know this, Trader Bron. On this day, wine will not be the only thing that is spilled, for your blood shall fill the grounds and feed my weapons. And he steps back, and the family's still trying to talk him out of it. And he's just ignoring them, and he's stretching. You see him twirling with great precision these weapons. You guys, this is somewhat new to you. So, you're collectively over there in a group. They're over here in a group.
I am going to try to speak to my companions separately so that the other folks really aren't
Okay?
part of the
Let's
conversation.
slide everybody back. Put him in the middle.
And I will say, Andre asks, he demands the duel de mort. Death. It's a fight to the death.
And what's it for? Just because some big asshole wants to?
Man, what do you got to prove? You stared at the thing like they asked.
it is not something that one can easily throw away.
And as he's talking to you, Bran, you start seeing crows and ravens all start appearing and manifesting in trees, on top of the winery. There's murders of crows everywhere. We're talking hundreds of them, and ravens all start coming into the area.
Word travels fast here.
Yep.
I'm sure that this is strange to you. I am sorry. It's our culture. It is our way.
Can you beat him?
Andre is young, and he has fought twice at least before death duel, and he still stands here.
And in your family circles, you hear that he's quite deadly at the death duels.
I'll take your spot.
I'm afraid you can. In fact, I must ask all of you to do me one great favor.
What is that?
Secretly help you.
You must not get it. I know that you would wish to. Please understand that to do so would be disrespectful to Andre, but it would also be disrespectful to me. This is my challenge.
What if you win? What do you get?
If I win, then I believe that we will be rid of one traitor in our midst.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And you can't just say no.
I cannot turn this away. I cannot turn down this challenge.
What if I show him the evidence that we have to your uncle?
He's the one who did the stuff.
We will have a better argument
If he's
for
When he's
them
dead?
when he is dead. You have manifest. It has important information about other people in my clan. Hold on to it. Because perhaps Andre does not have it alone.
As he's explaining this to you, Andre Mardukov, who's trying to stretch and twirl, he yells out, "Procrastinating cousin, his death is coming for you on this night!" And you guys hear him yelling this out. The family's still trying to talk him out of it, but Andre is set. He invoked the death duel.
I don't know if I will be with you for the rest of the journey. What did I do?
Better.
Davian Mardukov, the old man, slowly walks across the muddy earth and he approaches the party. He has his hood up. He sort of shakes with his cane. He looks over at you. Nephew Mardukov, the death duel has been invoked on this day. Do you accept the challenge from my son Andre?
I accept the challenge, Uncle. I would ask all of you, though, please, open your eyes. See what is happening here today. We can no longer hide in the shadows. You know what must be done.
Okay. Davian looks at all of you. No one must interfere. Blood will fall. Death will become either Bran or my son, Andre. He says to you, now before me, let me speak to you into your natural form.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe you can pray over him. Really.
The family actually forms a traditional line.
Secretly cast Spare the Dying.
And it almost looks like they've done this before, but instinctively they know the death duel and their sort of traditions, and they line up perfectly across the field. And there's a good 30 yards between them and you guys are at. Andre, who's walking up and down like a caged lion, ready to go come out of its cage, and he keeps fixated on him. There you go.
Oh, nice. Joey and Fiddlewick line up on the other side.
As you turn, suddenly there's a puff of black smoke and feathers, but this time, Bran doesn't turn into a small raven. No, he turns also into a hybrid form of a raven and a man. Are you going to say anything to your friends before you come forward? As Davian starts moving back. It's the middle.
Yeah, I can still speak to them.
Nice and loud? Sure.
Can you understand me?
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I will say very briefly, in my culture, we have a saying. It is important for us it is important to us to remember our past and to gain wisdom. We hold in high regard the great mythical ravens, Hunan and Mun. They represent thought and memory. That is why we invoke them when we say farewell to our friends.
We're not saying farewell.
It is possible. I would say to you, La Ribide.
What'd you say?
La Ribide. It means farewell. May you have the knowledge to go forward and succeed in your goals, and the wisdom to know why you are there.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant.
As he says this, as an emotion, a wave of emotion goes through all of you, because you have a feeling on this day, Bran will either die or Andre. This may be the last time you see Bran. As he says that to you, Davian Mardukov in the middle looks over to the group and he says to Bran, "Nephew, do not let your friends ruin tradition and insult us. They are not to assist you at all. We know magic too. We will watch all of you. Do not offend our culture." He goes back and he stands in front of his son. "My son Andre, the death duel has been accepted. May the gods watch over you." He steps to the side.
Tradition.
Andre stops pacing. He looks at you. He sort of snaps his neck. He takes these two round curved blades, spins them around, holds them at his side, gets his neck ready, and he says to you, "Okay, cousin, prepare to go to hell where you belong." He starts walking towards you.
I'm gonna say this to my party. What the fuck? We just cleaned this guy's house.
His last name.
The ravens in the area start going crazy and chanting and yelling.
This is my house now.
Bran, you're advancing?
Yeah.
You both are facing each other. You guys see them sort of circling very carefully, sizing each other up. Which weapons are you pulling out?
I have a short sword and a crossbow. That's what I have. I have a hand crossbow and some fire.
Okay.
I'm kind of in between me and Drew. He's our baby. He's our love child.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a death duel. Our player, Daniel, is probably going to die or survive. So,
You live or you die.
welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. So if you're watching on stream, you're about to see something go down. Ladies and gentlemen, the death duel. Bran, initiative. As you get into a stance in lightning speed,
You're so confident.
twirling around almost in a whirlwind motion, Andre comes at you with both weapons and he swings. First one was a hit. Second one he missed it. Oh, I'm sorry. That was initiative. First one I missed. As a 15 hit, you get sliced. Since you were both were-ravens, it's going to be full damage. It's a slice, but not serious enough. You take 3. He steps back. You guys see Bran get sliced along his shirt. His shirt opens up, and you see a bit of blood trickle down. Your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna tell him, Bran, this is not. I'm sorry, that's my name.
Yeah.
Andre, this is not the way. There's still time.
This is the way.
Turn back now. Call off the death duel. And I'll swing.
Go ahead.
And miss. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
9-10.
Oh yeah, he parries, and you guys see Bran rush at him with a pretty good hit. But this guy's experienced, as you see him do like a cartwheel and flip out the way. He lands almost like a martial artist with both his curved weapons. He smiles with his cheeks going up and the black feathers in his long beak. "You're going to die, traitor," he says to you. He rushes you. First hit. Nat 20.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
lot of counting to do for like 3 points.
You see a blur as the blades go right by him, and you see Brand shaking. 21 points of slashing damage.
It's not gonna end well. Okay. It's my turn.
Yes.
I am feeling very not well.
Okay.
I'm going to try to hit it with the short sword. Yeah. Seven.
You go with the short sword, but you're so injured.
Yeah.
He uses both his blades, hits them, sparks fly. He spins around almost like a ballerina, slides into the mud. His head turns, looking at you, almost to mock you. And you guys all see this. You see he's turning pale. His blood is just pouring down his clothes. But he's not paying attention to you. Bran is concentrating on his cousin. But based on your experience, he's getting close to dying.
Miss.
16. Whoosh! He swings. Five points of slashing damage.
He's unconscious.
Bran drops. Suddenly it starts to rain. All around him with the rainwater, you see blood slowly clouding up puddles. Bran's chest is going up and down. The family is all quiet, except for Andre, holding up his weapons in victory, stepping backwards. Say hello to your parents, cousin, you traitor son of a bitch. And he turns back to his human form.
Guys, kill him.
He turns, the children are there. Now this is tradition.
I don't know if Cassidon, if like the people next to me try to do anything, I try to stop them. Like
Can I-
Bran asked us for a single favor. He never asked us for anything.
Can
It's
I
something
run
that he
to him and
believes in.
cast Spirit
I
Guide?
will try to stop.
The duel's over. He's unconscious.
He's not dead. It's a fight to the death.
He's about to die, and it's gonna be it's gonna be up to him. Bran in his human form, Andre in his human form goes back to his family. They all rush and go around him, and they were all gonna try to consult him, but he actually turns around, crosses his hands, and you see him smiling as Bran lies bleeding, turning pale, just moments away from dying forever. You go running up to him, you slide down, and in you feel a warmth felt throughout your body, a peace that you haven't felt in a long time. Your breathing is slower.
Yeah.
Let me save you.
I'm gonna hold my hand out for you. No. It's okay. Don't even feel any pain. Our job, my job is done. You have already saved. You have saved.
And in that moment, Bran's eyes flick back. His lifeless body, his hand in his head, his hand falls next to your leg. Bran dies in front of you. It is quiet. The ravens start chanting, and all of you stand in awe. You hear the sounds of bells as Piddlewick slowly walks across the field, leans next to you, and very comforting, he lowers his head and leans it on top of you, and his tiny hand just rubs your back. Bran's eyes are wide open, the rain is hitting him, his body is motionless, at peace. For the first time, somebody close to all of you has just died.
You could have stopped this.
It's better this way. I don't know why he stopped us.
It's what he wanted.
Andre's yelling, "Leave our lands! You're all traitors like my dead cousin! The death duel has spoken! Do not offend me and my people! All of my people!" He holds his hands up. No one's cheering for him. They're almost embarrassed for him. But these are traditions with the were-ravens. All the ravens in the area start flying away, leaving and dispersing. The Mardikovs, almost like in a procession, they all start walking towards the winery, leaving Bran in the fields. And there's... Yes.
Aiming my crossbow at him.
At Andre, you slowly go up, but something stays your hand, and you almost feel a warmth as if some spirit gently and calmly lowers your hand. And I think you have an idea who that spirit may be. The family heads off. Andre leaves with them. I will see you all again. Trust me, I have the smell for traitors. He goes inside. The only one staying out is Davian, as they all disappear inside the winery. The rest of you guys are there. What would you like to do as he lies dead next to Severa and Piddlewick?
I think my axe is start trying to just dig a hole.
Okay, you start digging a hole into the earth. Joy, what are you doing?
Joy is going to... She is going to up to Davian. That's what she's going to go.
Alright. Davian's standing there looking off in the distance at his nephew. Grimer Wormtongue, Andre, has been filling his head with stuff, but Davian knows. Davian's seen the necklace. Davian understands. His eyes slowly go from his nephew, and he looks at you as you approach. Water dripping down your face, Joy. You're drenched. He looks over you with the cane, and he sort of tries to stand up straight. Speak, young woman.
So, there are things that you should know about Andre. And I think Bran wanted you to have them regardless of how things went.
You mean my son?
Yes.
Watch your tongue, young woman. Be careful of what you say.
I know what I say.
He looks at you and he squints his eyes. Make a charisma roll.
15 plus 4. 19?
He still has your attention. He's on the break of telling you to go fuck off, but he's not there yet.
What if I walk up and give the note?
Well, you don't know what's going on right now. You're sitting there on the ground next to the lifeless Bran, holding on to him, and go ahead.
This was... I understand your traditions. I don't... but this was unnecessary. And you have a traitor in your house, and it wasn't Bran.
Davian looks at you, and in a moment, he sees clarity. He almost takes in what you said, and he says to you, I would allow you on my land for the next 5 minutes to mourn my nephew. After that, I be gone with you. I take what you say seriously, and he walks away from you. The rain continues to fall. The blood that was billowing out of Bran's body has dissipated. He bled out. Severa is still frozen, with a pale look on her face. But Bran looks at peace. Collectively, what do you at this point? Paladin.
So you're digging a hole, we're just gonna throw him in the hole in the middle of the...
This is where he lays.
Yeah,
Are we gonna try and take him back to the church?
that's a good idea.
As far as that.
Are we going back to Valiki anyway?
Valiki is about an hour away. So if you want to carry his body to Valiki,
Much
That
stronger.
sounds good.
I do that.
you reach down, Aslug, you go to hold him up, and for the first time you feel strong emotions for him. Because when you originally met him, you figured he was a traitor. But if you've seen his actions, no, Aslug, he was not a traitor, he was more a brother to you. And you hold up his frail body, his arms are limp, his face is at peace.
Are his eyes still open?
His eyes are still open. You close them, and it's this really serene sight of this massive half-orc holding this small dead were-raven in his hands, who basically, you guys became his new family, because he's been shunned as a traitor, which he wasn't.
Are they still standing there?
They're gone. They all went back into the winery.
I just start walking.
I'm glad we cleaned their house for them.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Always burn it down.
Yeah, burn it down.
Go inside of it.
And with that said, Daniel, thank you so much for partaking in this game. It's, there was another way where if you lived, you would have been with us, but unfortunately, I knew this may have happened.
Nice roll.
Do you have anything you'd like to say to the party before we go and take a break for our next spot?
Yeah, I just want to say, first of all, thank you guys. This was a lot of fun playing with you guys. You're a good group. You're a good team. And I really enjoyed that. And just a good bunch of people that I got to know here.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for letting me play with you. I know I came in late in the game and kind of left early, I guess. But I really appreciate it. I think you guys are going to have so much fun with the rest of this game.
You knocked it out, man.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We
All
had so
right.
much fun with it.
Daniel, thank you so much. All right, guys, we're going to take a break. We're going to say goodbye to Daniel, and we're going to jump into the next scene. Godspeed, Brian. Say hi to 13.
13.
All right.
Oh, man.